So here we are on my 91 Firebird, the Fire Chicken, where we were diagnosing the front end clunking. And you can see here the sway bar end links, the bushings have cracked and basically are non-existent. That's driver's side. And here's passenger side. You see the bottom bushing is cracked. So we're gonna go through the sway bar end link replacement, and we're gonna upgrade all these bushings to poly bushings while we're here. But this should be pretty much similar to any other car that has a similar sway bar setup. Just so you know, this will be specific to this specific car, obviously, but it won't change much between different cars. This is going to be pretty much the same how-to for any car with this kind of sway bar setup. So let's get started. So now I got the car jacked up and safely supported. The first thing we want to do to replace the sway bar bushings is just unbolt the bracket from the body here. So we see here there's two bolts on this car, the 91 Trans Am, our Fire Chicken. They're 15 mil bolts. There's one here on this side. This is the driver's side. And then it's a matching bracket on the passenger side here. So I'm going to take those off first. Okay, so next remove the end link. Right on top of that, there's a nut. And then right underneath here, you can see the bolt. So under the control arm's the bolt. And on top of that bolt, there's the nut. On this car, they're 13 mil. So we're gonna remove those now. So in order to do this, I'm just gonna get my box wrench on top of this nut here. And then I'm gonna see if I can get my impact underneath, make it easier and faster. You can always use a ratchet. There we go. It all comes apart. And you'll see it'll just drop through the bottom. You take the bushings off the top, take the sleeve off, and there goes my end link. Now we'll do the other side. You don't need to see it. It's going to be exactly the same as the first. So this is the original sway bar end link that I took off. This is basically the setup of how it goes on the car, right? So the control arm would go in between here. The sway bar would go in between here. You have a spacer, there'd be a washer here. You can see how bad these bushings are. They're all cracked and eroded, cracked and dried out. So they've come apart on their own. Sometimes when you're doing this, this will all be seized up because it's actually amazing. I'm working on a car right now that isn't that bad. It's just the rubber's dried out from the age, but the car hasn't had a lot of use. Like I said in my intro to this car, it's only got 55,000 kilometers and it's really clean. But sometimes when you do these get all seized up. These erode over the years, salt, water, whatever, you know, rust, it gets bound up and it won't come out easy. And it's kind of hard to bang in there, so you can't really bang it out. So sometimes you'll have to just cut these and then they'll come out. So just something to be aware of. It might not be as easy as as it is for me doing this job right now. But just so you can see, this is how it'd be all set up. And again, it kind of goes to show how clean this car is, how these parts are just coming off nice and simply. Here's our new hardware here. We're gonna be going with the energy suspension poly bushings. Do a little bit of an upgrade while we're here. Polyurethane's a little stiffer, gives better handling and stuff like that. You can see I'm going with all new end links and everything. Might as well, while you're here, replace everything. So here, that's the new stuff. And then we've got the new sway bar bushings. I saw a great video of someone modifying their sway bar brackets here so that you can make greasable bushings. We're going to do that today. I'll link to the original video and I'll show you how he did it. Poly bushings can squeak if they're not greased well. So having the ability to grease these down the road once they start squeaking, if they do, would be great. And it's not going to cost much to do, so we'll show you how we're doing that. So the next thing we do, here's the sway bar. We're just going to remove the old brackets. These come off, you just push them off. See here, off it comes. And then the bushing just slides off like that. Done. Do that for both sides. Okay, so now we're going to reinstall the bushings on the sway bar. We can see where they were before. It's just kind of nice little groove worn into it from the other grease stuff. So we're just gonna take some of the grease. We're gonna grease the inside of the bushing. So I'm just gonna squirt a bunch in, rub it into the bushing, coat the whole inside. And I'm gonna coat it pretty generously just because I know these could be prone to squeaking. Last thing I want is my wife to complain that her car squeaks after I did this. And then once we've coated the inside of the bushing with grease, we're just gonna place it over the sway bar. There. And then the bracket, go over top. And now I'll do that for the other side. Okay, so now we're gonna put the sway bar in position. I'm just gonna hand tighten these bolts a bit so it has some wiggle room still. So I'm just gonna get a few of these in here. Make sure everything lines up. Okay, so neighbor's out cutting the grass right now, so I'm gonna do this quick and just explain it. These brackets now, I'm gonna tighten them down, just get them snug, kind of alternate, snug them up, nice and equal. And then these will be torqued to about 30 foot-pounds. That's kind of what I've found looking around. I haven't found the actual, like in my manual, say 30 foot-pounds, but everyone seems to be between 25 and like 34. So I'll just split the difference and I'll torque those down to 30 foot-pounds. Okay, so these are the end links. This is how they're gonna get installed, the new ones. So the bolt goes up to the bottom, right? Then we got a washer. The washer goes on the flat end of the bushing. The tapered end or the smaller end will go to the control arm. Control arm goes in the middle. Then the smaller end goes to the control arm on the top, bushing. Then we got the sleeve, spacer, another washer. And then we got the flat end on top of the washer, and as you can't really see, but these washers they're kind of concave, and that's the end where the flat end sits on. Then we'll have the sway bar here, the bushing on top of the sway bar, washer, nut. A little awkward to see that, and it's kind of hard to assemble and show it under the car, so that's how that goes. And then all you do is you tighten these down with a 9/16 wrench until the bushings start to bulge. Once they bulge, that's the tightness you want. They're not, you don't grease them, no torque, just tighten it with the 9/16 wrench and a ratchet until you get it to just start to slightly bulge. Here you can see it set up on the passenger side. Goes through the bottom of the control arm. There's a bushing there. Then another bushing, the washer, sleeve, all the way up to the top like I explained. And then I will just tighten that down until we get a slight bulge. It's a little tight in here because I'm doing it on the ground, so I'm not gonna film that part, but I'll come back when it's all done. Okay, so now all we gotta do is tighten these until they start to bulge a bit. So I've got my 9/16 wrench resting on the top. It's wedged up against the rail here. So as I tighten, it won't move, and I can just keep ratcheting this until the bushings start to bulge. And it's gonna take a bit to snug everything up and do that. And I'm just gonna take a look at the other side and kind of see if they're roughly equal. And a little bit more on this side. And right about there, I can start feeling them bulge a bit on the side. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. And there it is installed. Bushings, nice red bushings with the brackets painted black, look nice. It's all cleaned up underneath. Took it around the block, handles well, no more clunking. And now those bushings are greasable in the future if they start to squeak. No squeaks right now, but job well done.